Welcome back to the Two-Way Hockey Podcast. We all just kind of witnessed the Leafs. I wouldn't say blow it, but they took a tough loss in the second half and back to the 2018 Stanley Cup champions. It wasn't a great game. I mean, I don't know if you both caught it, but like it. They they didn't start on time again. That was ridiculous. They allowed another goal early, didn't they? Or was this last? No, Minnesota.
No, that was last game.
Yeah, I was going to say they were buzzing today.
Minnesota, this is the one where they did start on time. Minnesota, they failed to start on time again for like the sixth time in 7 games.
Which is bad against Minnesota.
Yeah, not pretty. And then today, finally figured it out, and then just disappeared for that second period. And
wheels fell off big time in the second.
Does any of that have to do with giving Anderson the start yesterday and Hutch the start today? No, you don't think you don't think they would hold on to that second period lead a little more if you have Freddie Anderson in that?
I do, but I also get why he's doing it. Like, majority of back-to-backs down the stretch, Hutchinson's going to be starting your second game. It's kind of just getting him in that routine, get him set for that. Like
that, I don't like that. Like, why not give him the team that you know is at the bottom of the league, as opposed to giving your best starter that one? And
because that was a must-win game. What if Hutchinson goes in and shits the bed against Minnesota, and then we're down 3 in a row, and we just lost to the worst team?
Yeah, you probably need a better backup goalie at that point. If you can't beat Minnesota with the team in front of you, then you have more issues to worry about.
Yeah, that's fair. I get where he's coming from with it, though.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like it makes a little bit of sense, but on the flip side, you're going to do this 3 more times in the next month and a bit. And the second half of all of them is ridiculous. Like, you get one against Boston, you get another one against Washington, I think it is, and then one more against Montreal in the next month and a half. And you're going to give him all 3 of those starts again?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't know if he starts every single time, though. Maybe just from schedule and flow that you throw him in there. Maybe then Anderson even does a little couple back-to-back. Like, just you keep riding that.
He seems really against that. Like,
Anderson
does.
Yeah, but Anderson doesn't. Anderson just wants to go in every game.
Of course, but so does every goalie in the league. But like, right. I've never seen Babs, like, even tonight they probably could have yanked him. Yanked Hutch after those 4. It was like, okay, this is not.
But to your point though, like if they notice that as well though, right? That every time they go on a back to back, the harder team is on that second game. Then why are you going to keep throwing out your backup when you definitely need your starter there?
That's what I mean. Like, why not try that?
Right. Why not so early in the season though? That I feel like this is so early in the season though that you're kind of just like you're seeing where the Capitals are. They understand that, but then you can actually see though how well you stack up to Washington with your newfound team and a backup goalie.
But are you really seeing anything if you're throwing in your backup goalie? Because it's like,
I mean, you're up.
Did this game tell you anything?
Yeah. This game told us.
And then they started getting shots.
Right.
I don't blame any of that on Hutchinson, though.
No, a lot of those goals were like Ovechkin faked one, gave it to Cross, and he blew it home.
There was one that he should have hung onto the puck out front. Kuznetsov beat him on a nice move that the defense were just not even on the ice.
Yeah.
Like you said, Ovechkin to Karlsson, that's 3 of them right there. And then the other was Vrana, short side. Like, I don't know.
Jacob Vrana's been huge, eh?
He's good. But, I mean, talking about goalies, you want to flip sides to Washington there? Braden Holtby has sucked.
Yep. Absolutely trash.
Ilya Samsonov's gross. Like, I don't know how much you guys know about him, but he's probably the best goalie prospect after Demko. And, like, and if Holtby falters here, not saying, like, it's automatically Samsonov's net to win here, but
it is.
He could get some games. Like,
I mean, isn't that kind of like a theme though? Because I feel like that's how Grubauer got exposed a little bit too in his time there. Like that Holtby sometimes will be shaky, and that's when you kind of expose like, oh, Washington has a really good backup goalie that they're totally cool with riding out until Holtby figures it out, and then it always seems that Holtby just kind of figures that out after a little bit. But no, that's a good issue to have though when you got both of those guys that are just gonna be in your net and absolutely not starting Holtby in a game like this.
Yeah, I want to say he was 2017 first-round pick. Like, he's going to be good. Like, that's a serious problem for the expansion draft coming up. Like, they're going to have to give up somebody to keep them both. Like, he's that good.
I just realized now this mic's not working.
We can hear
It,
you.
yeah, I know it's been running on my headphones the entire time, but whatever.
That's fine. You never sound good anyway. I mean, on the Leafs
not
though.
someone you want to listen to. Yeah,
on the Leafs,
sorry.
what do you want to talk about? The top line?
Which top line?
The Tavares top line.
The top line.
So you mean the second line?
In my mind, yeah. In Sir Babcock's, no.
Okay. They looked a hell of a lot better with Trevor Moore out there, which I think any one of us could have told you that.
Yeah.
Except for you, who said 75 points for
I
captain.
mean,
yeah.
Once the season got started, it was kind of like, yeah, this is not gonna.
We said it in the first episode though. Like I think Mac and I both said he's not the right type of player for that line.
Yeah.
Moore is, and that's not a knock on your prediction, even though it was wild. It's just that Kapanen's not the style of player. Kapanen looked great the last two games with.
Yeah, scored tonight.
Yeah, and had an assist.
Yeah. So maybe he's got 75 in him after all.
He's got speed, but
he'll be the best player out there now. Like if he's on that third line, then he's automatically like that much better. And if you're giving him the green light to take it and go, like
he's not a third line talent.
No, like he's definitely better than that. But
he's not a first line talent though either.
But it's a style you're trying to fit in. You don't need that kind of style that he brings when you have Mitch Marner on the line and especially how well he pairs with John Tavares.
I think his style is much more acquainted for the third line. But also, they moved Mikheyev up to the first line in the third period tonight.
Really?
Moved Moore down and had Mikheyev up there.
Oh my goodness,
he's good.
He is hustling for everything.
We're gonna have to sign him soon before he's sitting out for $11 million.
He's getting the Marner contract next year.
Like honestly, extend him for like 3 years or whatever, like they did for Moore. Yeah. Get him cheap now because he's gonna be good, man.
He will be really good. He'll be a good part of this team for a little bit if they can sign him.
Yeah. I mean, what if he continues this? What's his number? Like I saw someone on Twitter, I don't even remember who it was, but they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to end up signing him for $4 million." I'm like, "That's not a thing."
Not if you get
that's too much. Yeah, it's just not a big enough sample size. Like I'd say, if he does this the rest of the year, if he does this the rest of the year, I'd say he's a 2x2.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Because like it's 1 year on his first season in the NHL. Like, let's kind of temper expectations a little bit. Like
2 year out there.
Yeah.
He's not that old.
No, he's young, but that's not the point, right? People are going to figure him out eventually. Everyone gets figured out eventually. It's whether or not you can adapt, and you don't know that after 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think his contract's huge. I don't even know if they re-sign him, but
I mean, if you can get him at 2x2, then yeah.
You're kind of stuck in a spot where it's hard to take on those $2 million contracts at this point, just because like you're so cap strapped at this point. Like you need guys on like minimum deals in order to fill out that roster, especially on your third line.
Right? Remember at the start of the year though, when everybody was like, "Oh, Hyman's going to be the odd guy out this summer. Like he's making 2.5, can't afford that." And now you see how much Hyman means to that line.
You're like, Marner's going to be the odd guy out this summer, making 11. It's not nice.
I mean, Marner hasn't been great. I'm sure he'd admit that. Like, I think Tavares.
I don't think Paul Marner would admit that. But
I think Tavares has been worse than Marner.
Yeah,
I think he's getting overlooked because of that.
Yeah. I think having the C on his chest makes it look even worse, right? Because you come into the season with such big expectations, and it's just like, you sucked.
I'd say it's the opposite right now, though. I'd say like a lot of people are like, "Oh, he'll be back," like because he's a captain. They're giving him benefit of the doubt here. I know what you mean, but I mean, they're gonna need more out of both of them. They're doing fine on the power play, but it's 5-on-5 that they excelled last year, and that's where we need them.
They're kind of stalled right now, but it is like a second year with it, so teams figure it out.
They suck defensively. Like this season, it's showing a little, and I know a lot of that has to do with Hyman, but like. You're telling me. I mean, I get it with Kapanen. Kapanen's not the most defensively aware, but like you get a guy like Trevor Moore out there. I think he should be playing somewhat decent defense. Like Marner's on the PK. I've heard the analytics stats on Tavares aren't great defensively. I'm not 100% sure on it though. But I mean, you should have some sort of defensive awareness. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
It's just it scares me. It's a lot of money to be giving guys that can play one way.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I mean, overall, though, whatever. They're going to get there, I think.
Yeah. Who do you think's to blame for their inability to start on time?
Just the Leaf way.
But like,
I don't know. Just
I
seems to be
History.
their way.
The prime
yeah,
minister.
history. Like,
Just,
do you blame
just the way they are.
Babcock at all?
You do, but you don't.
How can
Like,
you though? He's not the one out there.
They
At the end of
haven't
the
been
He's
day.
the one
starting on
preparing the
time.
team, right?
Hey?
They haven't been starting on time in what, 3 years now? Like you don't think he's tried switching things up and giving them different pep talks and tried different lines, tried different strategies, say, all
You would
right,
hope.
somebody actually lay a hit here?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's on him at this point. I think we're just
We're just looking for something to blame?
Yeah.
Could be.
I agree with that.
Oh, I think I have a microphone again.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's been this long with him at the helm, and it's been the same issues year after year. I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe he's because everything they're saying is all like, yeah, we're fine. We're not like we're still starting on time. We're just getting scored on. It's like every interview after the game, it's like, oh, I think we look better at the start today. I think we look better at the start. It's like, well, like you still got scored on. So it's like maybe in their mind they're thinking, yeah, we look better, but like you really don't look all that better.
Yeah, I don't know. Defensively, want to talk about that?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh no,
What
you
do you
go.
got?
I saw you write Sandine.
Oh, Sandine. That's where you want to go. How do you guys feel about Sandine getting sent down?
I like him a lot, but I think it's the right move.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think in the future he's going to get power play time. He's probably going to get PK time. Playing 12, 13 minutes a night with Martin Marincin isn't the best thing for your development from that standpoint.
Yeah, I think that just any exposure is good exposure. You get sent down, there's still NHL caliber guys there, right?
Yeah.
So you're still getting some sort of experience in there. So I definitely don't see it's a bad move. Like as long as you're in, like you're there, you're in the show. You get sent down, you could get called back up by an injury, by performance. You know what I mean? Like you're still in a name that's there, right? You're showing that you can still kind of hang with the club a little bit.
And I know the hype train's been pushing him along like all preseason, all the start of this year. But like at the end of last year, there was nobody saying, "Wow, he dominated the AHL. He needs to be in the NHL."
No,
He kind of proved himself this
there were
preseason.
A few people saying, there were a few people saying might be ready by the middle of this year.
Yeah, and I think he could be back. An injury, he's your first call.
I don't
playoffs
think he is.
when you get. I think he's back at some point.
You want to push him over that 10-game slot and have the contract start counting now?
Does it matter towards the expansion draft?
I think that's less of a worry though as well.
Does it? Well, it depends on the games. I think it's a games played. I don't think it's like if he gets a certain amount of games played in before the expansion draft.
I don't think they're too worried about that though. You're not going to hold the player back based off that.
They have before.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the style that they're in for now.
I mean, also he's playing on a pairing with Liljegren now, getting PK time. Like that's probably his partner of the future. Hopefully next year, no more Martin Marincin. It's those two on the bottom six. And I don't know. I just think it's good for him. Like he's going to go down, probably put up 0.75 points per game, get 20 minutes of ice a night. Like that's confidence to bring into next year. He can get bigger, stronger.
My thing I didn't like is Babcock's going on about how he's not getting usage. He's not doing this. It's like, okay, fine. He's not playing the PP and the PK. I get that. There's no spot for him there. But you're playing your top two D pairings like way too many minutes. Like 2 or 3 too many a night each. If you just disperse those to that third pairing, he would still be developing on that third pair because he's now getting 16 or 18 as opposed to 12.
Right, where are those minutes coming from?
The 5-on-5 minutes that he just sits on the bench and watches.
But I'd say look at how much power play time the Leafs have had so far this year. And if you think Riley takes a minute of that, Barry takes a minute of that, there's 2 minutes off the clock. Okay. Riley had, I think it was 4 more even strength minutes than Sandine, his last game played. Everything else was special teams. Like, that's not that much from your first to third pair.
Especially considering he's got so many assists this year.
You want to talk about Riley?
I didn't put him in there. Who wants to talk about Riley?
I did, just because he's...
Okay.
I don't know. He's been getting called out a lot on Sportsnet, and they're saying, he hasn't been great defensively. And he hasn't.
He's also paired with Cody Ceci.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a different pairing than what they're used to.
There was a shift that I rewatched on Twitter before we started. It was about 45 seconds long. Riley had 3 2-on-1s against him. I didn't see Ceci once in the frame. And I think Ceci's been okay, but...
Yeah. He's been what he's more than what you expected Cody Ceci to be.
But it's still like a learning curve with any sort of defensive partner, right? Like I think that you have to rely on their tendencies and their, you know, what I mean, what their instincts is to go to. Then yeah, like if Cody Cece's is to step up a little bit and leave Riley out there, and nobody has gotten used to that yet, then that's something that kind of comes with times. Like we're not like, you know, what I mean, we're not like 20 games, 30 games in, and it's still happening. Like Riley, there's an adjustment period because
that's also the Riley way, right? Like he's the guy that jumps up and he pinches, and having the two of them together, I don't think is the prettiest move to make.
Okay, but who else then would you put him with that would be the complete sit there guy that you would feel comfortable having? That's your defensive pairing then every single time.
I'd say Muzzin, but that means that Barry's with Cece, and that's even worse than Riley Cece.
Exactly.
I would say Martin Marincin, but that's a mess.
Oh God.
Because the only thing that guy's good at is playing defense.
Okay, but
like
then
he can't handle the puck worth of shit.
Then he's top line guy.
He's not exactly good at that, but that's the only thing he's good at.
He's playing minutes with Riley, like he's playing top line minutes with him.
Yeah, I know. That's why I kind of had the laugh.
Exactly though. So that's where they are kind of learning with each other, and Riley unfortunately may have to be the one to adjust to that more because he is the better player, he is the more skilled player, and so I think it's a little bit of an adjustment period to actually be like the defensive defenseman almost.
Yeah, and I don't know where this whole narrative that he was good defensively last year came from. Everybody's like, "Oh, he was way better defensively last year." No, he wasn't. No, he put up points, and means he cleared the front of the net. Yeah, that was that.
He just put up a lot of points.
Absolutely.
He should be better defensively.
It makes you look really good defensively if you're in the offensive zone. Like putting up points and being in the offensive zone.
The best defense is offense.
Exactly. Yeah.
The difference between last season and this season is there's no Jake Gardiner to rip on in the back end.
No. Yeah.
Like, it's now like, okay, who do we blame for this? Because you're not going to blame Barry because he just got here and he looked gross in the offensive end. You're not going to blame CC because, like, he looks better than what we thought he was. You're not going to blame Muzzin because that guy's a defensive wizard. So who's left? You're not going to blame the third pairing. They don't play enough. So, yeah, sorry, Riley, it's your spot. Congrats. Welcome to Jake Gardiner's position, man. He took it for years. Like,
okay, so can you imagine now if he had that C on him as well? And this is already what we're talking about. People are already sort of ripping him apart for what he's doing, and he's the assistant, and like he's pretty much like he's definitely the best defenseman that we have, and definitely like probably one of the best defensemen in the league, underrated for sure because
so good.
It doesn't get talked about enough. But so that's where you have to go to him because you have to go to your stars, unfortunately, to say, well, why aren't you doing enough?
Yeah,
but
on the flip side of that, I want to talk about Barry. What have you guys thought so far?
So good with the puck.
Yeah.
So good with the puck.
Yeah.
Has a lot of defensive miscues that scare me, but it works because he's got Muzzin with him.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it. But dude, some of the shit he can do offensively, it's incredible. And like the spin moves that he pulls off in the dumbest spots, dude, let me tell you.
But he gets them.
Yeah, but he does it every time.
It's like if you accidentally click it on NHL, you just accidentally click the spin move. Like he does that, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, worked."
Yeah. Oh, okay, he passed me. We're good.
I still have it. Wicked.
I think he's looked great. I think a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Tyson Barry's 60 points, like pencil him in. He's playing with all these stars because he had 55-ish the last 2 years." But I just wanted to say, like, I think 40 is realistic. As good as he's been, he's getting less than a minute on each power play, call it like 45 seconds by the time the top pairing's off. And then you're throwing it to Kapanen? We just bashed Kapanen. Like, I don't know. I think it was 47%.
For 4 straight episodes, yeah.
Yeah. 47% of Barry's points the last 2 years have came on the power play.
Right.
Okay. And I mean, if his power play minute's way down, like,
yeah, I think there's too many mouths to feed there in the sense that everyone's wants to get their points.
Yeah.
Like he's not a selfless player. Sorry, a selfish player. He's pretty selfless, it seems. So that's where he's gonna definitely just go for it.
In a weird way, that could be perfect. Like, say he only puts up 35 points this year, playing minimal power play time. He's re-signing for about $3 million less.
I highly doubt it.
No, but it's a much harder sell saying, "Hey, I don't even play power play that much. I got 35 points for 60 points top D."
So then he walks and goes to a different team that needs him on their PP1, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a tougher sell.
Thinking, okay.
I appreciate it.
Gun to your head right now.
Yeah.
Who are you keeping, Jake Muzzin or Tyson Barry? Say we have $8 million in cap space next year. You can only keep one of them because you're not getting it.
Honestly, just out of necessity, I think it's Jake Muzzin.
Oh, it's Barry, 100%.
I don't think so. Like Tyson Berry is a better defenseman. I'm not going to disagree with you at all, and I love what he does.
You brought him in, like you just brought him in though. Like that's
sure, you just brought in
so
Muzzin. Muzzin's got like 2-3 more months more.
you
Like,
have what 1 year of Barry and that's it. And we're already saying that he could get anywhere from like 40 to 60 is realistically his
100%. That's what I mean. Barry is the better defenseman, but he's the better offensive defenseman, and
I
that's
think
not something
just
we're lacking.
Under the salary, it's got to be Muzzin. But like, there was rumors last week of him asking for 6x6.
Muzzin?
If he wants that, that's till he's like 37, 38.
Yeah,
See ya, we're backing up the Brinks truck to Tyson Berry's house.
Yeah, because I love Jake Muzzin, but he's old.
Tyson Berry's the flashy option. He's the one that everybody's gonna want to keep. Yep. Jake Muzzin does so many little things that we
don't
didn't have
notice as a common fan, right? Like if you're not actually like breaking it down, you don't see what Jake Muzzin does.
I heard that. Yeah, Barry in one of his first interviews as a Leaf, he said that he loved Jake Muzzin because Jake Muzzin talked, and that's so great to have out there. Like just telling you exactly, you know what I mean? Like pretty much acting as another set of eyes for you. Like that is huge, absolutely.
And he's one of the only guys that hits.
Mm-hmm. Right. He's the only guy that
they don't seem to.
Hey, Freddie the GOAT.
Okay, dude, Freddie the GOAT looks great.
He looks great.
He was throwing his weight around last night, just blew in the zone, ran someone over. I'm like, what is this?
I meant to put that clip in.
Earning his spot, keeping his spot.
He honestly looks good. I have been the biggest Freddie Gauthier hater since the second they said the F in Frederick when they called his name in the draft.
Really?
Awful pick. Like he couldn't skate. Brant's a better skater than him, but now he looks quick.
He's hanging.
There was a shift last night where he beat Dumba from our blue line.
Yeah.
Beat him to a puck in the far corner. Laid out their other defenseman. I was like,
I saw that.
33. Wait, Matthews laid a hit? Oh, that was Gauthier.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even that he looks faster. He looks fast. Like he looks like he's keeping up with guys and he's blowing
moving
by guys. I'm like, what is this? Like one summer turned him into this. Like, we're talking last year about how he looks like a better skater, and it's like he wasn't quick. Now, like over the course of a summer, he looks like a good skater. It's not like he looks better. I will
say though, as good as his skating has gotten, and as much better as he's looked, he probably has the worst balance I've ever seen.
Oh God!
For such a big guy, he just goes down so easily.
There's a reason why he doesn't hit.
Look, he might be pretty top heavy now. Okay, we don't know what's under those pads. He could be pretty just like.
He's a big unit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hey, he's good. He's.
I love him on the fourth line, man. For all the hate he took before the season, and like everyone counted him out, and he's making a name for himself on that fourth line, man. He's the only one that sticks night in and night out, and I love it. It's cool.
Making the most.
I mean, it gives us a reason to talk about the fourth line.
You want to throw that in there quick while we're breaking down every aspect?
Who are your two fourth line guys outside of GOAT?
Brandon?
No, I'll let you guys lead off on that.
Okay, Nick Shore, he hasn't been bad. Nick Shore hasn't done anything for me. He's been good in the draws. Yep. He's not going to put up points. I think at least with Spezza, there's certain aspects where he can maybe help. Like, I don't know, second power play. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I think in the long term,
he's got a little bit of benefit.
He's got a little bit of upside. I've always liked Patan. I think on a different team, like if Edmonton had claimed him off waivers, he'd be playing on the top line with Neil and McDavid right now.
He'd probably have as many goals as James Neal.
Timashov, he's been pretty good too somehow. I think he was just there because he has the lowest cap hit of anybody in the Leafs organization. He's making like $694 or something.
Plus he has no options
on that fourth line.
Sorry?
I'd kind of keep him on that fourth line for that reason.
Yeah. The thing with him is you can't send him down, right?
What you're getting out of him. Yeah, I mean.
What's the move then, though? But Patan did get claimed. Is Timashov going to get claimed?
That was at the beginning of the year, too, though, right? Like, you got to think, like, you try and put Patan down when everyone else is trying to put guys down, a little easier because there's teams that aren't going to claim him. But you put him down in the middle of the year when you're like, ooh, look at this shiny winger that could be an NHL guy and we need help.
Now everybody has their roster set, and if you're picking somebody off waivers, chances are you have to put somebody on waivers.
Yeah, but
and
for a
team
team that's
playing every other game, how many teams are going to go, oh, he's better than our wingers?
That's true.
I think you play Patan for now, see if you can get some points, maybe trade him.
He has got points when he's been in, though. Like, he's had a couple assists. I don't think he's a goal yet.
But he's just not the defensive player, and he's never going to be good enough to crack the top six. Yeah. He's never going to be defensive enough for Babcock to love him.
I don't think they want
PK,
anyone
he
to
won't
crack
play the power
top
play.
six. Yeah,
No.
I don't think they're looking for anyone to
No,
crack.
obviously not.
Just
But
be solid bottom line players. So
the problem is what Babs is looking for out of his fourth line is somebody that can play the penalty kill, and he can't.
no.
Plain and simple. Like, he's not defensively aware enough to do it, so it kind of takes him out of the running. But like, I put him on. If I'm building this team, I have him on there.
Who?
Patan.
Okay, good.
Like,
Just make sure.
I don't know. Like, I mean, Timoshov's good. Like, he's been good, but I just think I think Patan gives you a little more upside offensively, and he's a little more flash. Which I don't know. You kind of need on the fourth line. Like, I get he
I
wants.
don't know
him
if
to,
I want more
wants
flash
guys-
on my third line. I'm not
I don't
looking
know,
for
man.
flash
Like,
that deep.
It fits into this team. Like, you've got to full on commit to what this is or not. Like, it's either every line is offensive or you change it up a bit and you kind of change your mantra. Because I just think, like, trying to build that fourth line so that you can kill penalties, you're never going to play that fourth line in 5-on-5.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like, now your first three lines are getting way too many minutes because you don't have a fourth line. You have them to play the PK.
On the topic of depth here, though, if that's all we got there, did you guys see the Newfoundland Growlers opening night roster?
No.
They have probably 8 guys, maybe 10 that are regular AHLers.
Really?
Like, we have so much depth, and
I was
Dubas
gonna
has
say,
said
they
all
brought in a
along he
lot.
wants to make it like baseball, where you have AA, AAA, like you're advancing up through it. Like in the minors right now, they have Justin Brazeau, who put up like 110 points in the O last year.
Yeah.
Aaron Luchuk, who did the same. Giorgio Estefan, who was Rochester's first-line center. That's Buffalo's farm team. He was their first-line center 2 years ago.
Okay.
Matt Bradley, he's played about 6 years. Zach O'Brien, he was a captain in the AHL. Mac Hollowell, who was like a revelation on the Marlies D last year. Everybody's like, oh, this is the next Sandine. He's from the Sioux. He's down there somehow. Joseph Dusak, he was a big college free agent signing. Like,
this is in the E?
This is in the ECHL.
Holy shit.
If they don't win the ECHL Cup,
they won it last year. Am I wrong?
They better like 5-peat because they're rolling out an AHL roster there.
Yeah.
Well,
That's like putting an NHL team in the AHL.
That's it.
I'd love to go check out the Newfoundland Growlers.
Anytime you guys want, man. My grandparents take us in. We'll head there, go see Growlers.
I think we should take a nice team
little road trip out there to see the Newfoundland
hilarious.
Growlers. Oh my goodness. I think they have a basketball team too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I think so. They got
school.
Jesus, I love it.
Yeah.
All right, well,
we got anything else on the Leafs?
30 minutes on the Leafs. We good?
Not bad. I think that's all right.
Pretty par for the course.
Let's get it around to the rest of the league. There's some good teams this year. One really surprising, one not so surprising.
Which
Colorado.
You think surprising?
No, Colorado definitely not so surprising.
No, I think you think Buffalo?
I had Colorado winning that division. Buffalo, on the other hand, I did not have even in the playoff race.
Right. I think we all kind of said that too, eh?
Yeah, both teams.
Buffalo, but
for reference, both teams haven't taken a regulation loss yet, and after tonight, Pittsburgh beat them in overtime, so Colorado still hasn't. Buffalo didn't play, did they?
No, Buffalo didn't.
So neither of them currently have a regulation loss, which is wild if you're a Buffalo Sabres fan.
That is crazy, man. And they have so I looked at their stat line. They have at least, I believe it's 6 players or 7 who have like a goal or a point per game, if not more, on average. Because Connor Sheary came back for 3 games, has 3 points already. Like Jeff Skinner with 4 goals in 6 games, he's at 5 points, like just under Sam Reinhart.
Olofsson, dude.
That's what I mean. Victor Olofsson, who I've never heard of since our buddy there.
How much did we rip on Zach for that article? And then Victor Olofsson shows up. He's like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
Do you think that it's honestly going to stick? Like, I don't think that he will stick that top line the whole year and to produce at this level. Like, to be a point per game player the entire time.
But I will say he's damn good. Like
he put
up a point per game in the SHL for a couple years.
Yeah,
he's sick.
His shot, I don't know if you guys have watched Sabres games. Not really a thing that many people do. I did. Don't know why. He's looked like he's on the offside one-timer from Eichel on the power play. And he's ripping it.
Oh, I think I saw one of his goals.
He only has power play goals so far.
So that's a franchise record.
Yeah, he does. He totally does.
Maybe an NHL record, but definitely a franchise record. First 5 goals, all power play.
Yeah.
I think the only time.
That's frightening. I mean, that's a little concerning.
But if you look at it, there's still he's a -1 Him and Eichel,
Yeah.
like, so at the top line, and they have, like, he's got 7 points. Eichel's got 9, and you're still a -1. Like, that right
What's
there is
Darlene
what
got?
kind of sticks out. Darlene is a +2, actually, with 8 points.
Yeah,
Mine is a joke.
she's gonna be so good, man.
Is a joke?
It's a joke. It doesn't mean
No.
shit.
I think it would for them, though. That means they get scored on a ton.
Yeah, it does. But I mean,
No,
as
like,
we said at the start of the year, their goaltending's the problem.
Right. Carter
Yeah.
Hutton. No
Yeah.
idea what that guy's going
He
to do.
posted a shutout the other night, did he not?
Did he?
Yeah,
Against Dallas,
I think so.
He's got 4 wins.
Dallas sucks.
Oh, man.
Can we
Okay,
hop
so
into that?
Did you hear they've had one practice all year long?
Really?
I hope
One
you
practice.
Do they feel
Nope,
that all
I
these
shit
games
you
are
not.
just-
They had a second one scheduled and they canceled it so they could do team building exercises.
How's that going?
Isn't practice team
Not
building?
very well, apparently.
Isn't practice team building? Like, that's a
You're
pretty big team
you're
building
worried about
exercise.
team building at this point. Like, whoa.
They're
Maybe worried
one-
about learning
one
how to
6
play
and 1?
hockey.
Oh,
Like,
man.
oof.
Yeah, they're bad. So they have,
Oof.
what is it? They allow, like, the second most shots on goal
Mhm.
in the year already. They only are scoring. They're the 31st in scoring in the league.
That's good.
Ooh.
Yeah, on average.
That's
yeah.
good, right?
They get like one of the lowest shots per game.
Nice.
They're all bottom. Like all their stats are pretty bottom. The only thing that they're kind of good at is top 10 in faceoffs, but
Oh, good.
not doing anything for them.
So
Yeah,
they get
everything.
the puck and just do nothing with it.
Their
They do
biggest
know.
thing, though, is that Seguin, Ben, Radulov, Pavelski have been awful collectively.
I mean,
But like
I
Ben
could've told
Bishop's
you
been
Ben wasn't going to be anything
horrible as
special.
well.
Yeah,
Jamie
but
Ben-
when
Jamie
your
Ben was
top guys,
positive last year.
yeah, but when your top guys aren't doing anything, it's hard to win.
Yeah.
We saw that the other night. We barely beat Detroit with Moore and Mikheyev scoring all the goals. Like,
The
you need your
line-
top
two
guys.
line disappeared.
Yeah.
What was it that their owner said last year about the top line?
I don't even remember.
He went
but
on that big
off.
rant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it worked.
So I
Like,
mean,
Seguin
it's
went
not
off
like
after that.
it's not like this is anything new for them though. That top line doesn't show up to start the year.
And I mean,
It's-
everybody says that Jim Montgomery's just like a huge players coach. So I mean, I believe all this practice stuff, but like maybe mix in a little D zone
Ben
coverage here.
Bishop.
Maybe
Ben Bishop
one
is showing
practice.
shades that he's not. It's not his year this year.
Yeah.
We're
Like
what?
Bishop
How-
is just.
We're how far into this season? Like 3 weeks?
Yeah,
Like 8
Three.
games, not
You've
even
had-
7 games.
You've had one practice?
Yeah.
Ouch.
that's
Did
questionable.
you see the
yeah.
goal that just like he got scored on him tonight? Oh my goodness,
the
Milano.
one-
Oh my goodness, I sent it to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gross.
just puts it through,
Completely unnecessary.
puts it through the defender's legs, and then goes, "Oh, I'm gonna follow suit and put it through my own legs, and then right over Ben Bishop's
yeah.
shoulder." Like that's the thing that scares me watching Ben Bishop is he is huge and he plays like he's,
He's a
like one
monster.
of the tiniest goalies
Yeah.
sometimes, and that's where he
Except-
falls apart.
Shout
Like-
out to Sonny Milano though. He's
Yeah.
gross. I
Dude.
don't know if he's an NHLer, but he's got
Oh
amazing
man,
hands.
that was ridiculous.
Was last year a flash in the pan for Ben Bishop?
No, because
No.
he's been good
Yeah.
before in Tampa.
But
He
not
was
in a
even
long-
pretty good in like I thought he was pretty like
He
he
was-
showed
it was-
shades in Ottawa when he first came in the league.
I'd say
Yeah.
that was an above average year for sure. I don't think he can repeat that, but I don't
No.
think it was like a wow,
But-
who's this guy?
Is Ben Bishop that good?
Ben,
Like he was good. He had a good year
I-
in Tampa.
I think that him just being like that big helps him
Yeah, I
a
think
little bit,
that's-
and then also like,
of course.
but the team in front of him, like they're
they're hanging him out
still
to
a
dry.
pretty talented team,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
out in front of them. Yeah, they like I said, like they're allowing a ton of shots.
Yeah,
Defense,
like
like they're
Klingberg, Heiskanen, Lindell, like they're so good, so fun to
Yeah.
watch. But
There's
how
too
many
much-
2-on-1s have they got scored on against this year? Like
yeah.
it's not good.
So I think
All,
that'll kind of
all three of those guys are offensive defensemen.
right.
Oh yeah, I'd say.
Like there's not a lot of defensive awareness in that group, and that's the top part of
Roman.
your unit. The
big
bottom
Roman
part
Polak
Roman Pola.
is he's not bad
injured.
yet.
I think he's still injured. Yeah,
I mean, fractured sternum. That'll
Yeah.
do it for you.
that'll do
That'll
you for a
take
while.
you.
Shout out
So
Jack.
there's Jack Edwards. We never
No,
really got
we're not
into
even
that.
gonna
That
say
guy's
it.
a mess.
We're not
No,
even going to talk about him.
No.
He doesn't deserve it.
Guy's a waste of
He's
skill.
the worst human.
Just the worst. It's not even close.
Hope he's listening.
Like I'm sure he's not, but I hope someone just tags him, just for me. Useless. Who else sucks? Minnesota sucks.
But Minnesota always sucks.
Yeah.
They've sucked since they signed Parise
Yep.
and Suter in the same year. Like that was just
But
hey guys.
they've been average. They've been that like
But
Dubnik
no, but
carried them like once.
they
oh
made but they made those signings, and I don't think anybody right there thought, yeah, that's the moves that gets them the cup. And then it only got worse from there because they were not fast players to begin with. They were not players that were like elite players, and now they're stuck with no money and no youngins, like nothing.
And
you just have a
looking
team full
back
of veterans.
on the 3 big trades that Paul Fenton made last year, they all look bad.
Yeah.
Niederreiter for Rask.
Oh,
Rask has been scratched this year.
yeah.
Granlund for Fiala. Fiala's been scratched already this year. What's the third one? I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. It's not good. He was scratched too. Because the big thing was like, oh, their 3 biggest acquisitions from last year. 3 games in, they've all been scratched once.
Did they re-sign Spurgeon yet?
Yeah, huge.
It's like ridiculous money, like stupid money.
Yeah. I mean, he's really good, but
yeah, he's also not that young, is he?
I want to say he's like 27 or something.
I was gonna
So
say
like
28,
he might fit in, but what do you?
He fits into
really
that whole like aging out process.
He's
you can't
just
rebuild.
turned 29.
You can't rebuild with this team.
That's a rebuilding piece right there, Jared Spurgeon. Come on.
Like you're gonna dump that big ass contract now.
I don't know what they're doing in Minnesota.
But
you're seeing the league is getting younger, and you're not. You're just like, oh, it's almost the old Leaf way. Oh yeah, we'll just take the veteran players, the middle-aged players, keep them all here.
Yeah,
they'll build, they'll grow.
I believe he got 7 years at 7.5. That's a Ryan Suter contract again.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
And that was you can't even blame that on Fenton because that was Bill Guerin's first move as GM.
No,
that's just.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing for them though is just Dubnik is not Dubnik anymore.
Dubnik's not Dubnik.
That was
Suter's
what was keeping
Suter.
him up there.
Yeah.
Eric Stahl went from 40 goals to 20 in the last 2 years.
He had such a ridiculous year 2
years
years ago.
But he had like a bad year before getting there, though.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of bad
before getting there. Had a resurgent year in Minnesota.
That was the definition of flash in the pan. He had one huge year.
They do have some young pieces. Like I'll give it to them. Like Eriksson Ek, not bad, not super offensive, but pretty good prospect. Luke Kunin, pretty good. Jordan or JD Greenway, I don't know which one, but he's pretty good. But the thing is, they're still playing them behind all these 36, 37-year-olds. Like
and you have no cap room. Like
no,
you can't.
No.
You can't really do anything with this. Like it's.
But because you're also signing them to like such bad deals and such bad money, you can't even trade. Like you
till
can't trade
the
them
end of
without eating
time.
money. Yeah,
they're at 79.1 million. They've got 2.2 million to spend.
And you're like a bottom feeder team.
The only Koivu's contract ends this year. Cunnin and Greenway are RFAs, so there goes Koivu's $5.5 million.
Yeah. So,
and
worth it.
Yeah. I don't know.
How much longer is Suter and Parise here?
Suter has 2, 4, 6 more years, including this. Which means Parise's the same.
6 more years at a Suter who's like.
Parise takes him till he's 40.
Dude, that's like a Brent Seabrook kind of like. Just get ready, Minnesota fans.
They can retire, right? Like they're not in that like over 35 when they sign, so like that.
Yeah, they can retire. Yeah.
So like,
are they going?
So maybe they get a little relief in a few years. Well, Parise's 34.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll play
just turned 35
for a couple.
He's also a gamer. Like doesn't want to come out of.
No, so he'll play till like 30.
He might play until he's 40.
Yeah, you'll be a bottom feeder for a while.
Maybe they create that whole over 35 thing. Sorry, before you go. How old's Bufflin? I don't have it Googled right now. If he retires right now, is he off the cap?
When did he sign that deal?
I don't know.
How long has he been with the Jets? Do you know? He just signed an extension not that long ago, did he?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. Rumor still is that he's not coming back.
No.
The other day they said it sounded promising, and then they were like, "Oh, just kidding."
Oh, so Bufflin's still only 34. So
yeah.
Okay. So he's 34, and he is paid until
2 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Elliot Friedman seems pretty convinced that he's not coming back.
He's not. No.
Like,
I mean,
he's just like it sounds a bit like he doesn't even have any thought of hockey right now.
what about Justin Williams? Because that was the same conversation at the start of the year. He said he might be back.
I
He
think
might
he'll be
the Mike Fisher.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think it'll be a mid-season.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I think trade deadline, he's gonna come back. Carolina.
Yep. Just in time to get the amount of games.
Just in time.
Carolina, you're winning the division
rally.
still. Yeah, Carolina, you're still first team in the division. Let's go. All right.
Shout out to that Nick guy for writing an article on Carolina. And then they lost.
Yep. You literally jinxed the shit out of them. I'm like, attaboy, thank you.
So we gotta wait.
Speaking of teams that are also trash, is New Jersey shit or what?
Yes.
What are they?
Okay.
Are they?
No.
Do you know why?
Because they're goalie.
No, because Jack Hughes is awful.
No.
Whoa.
How many points does he have?
Not
More than you.
0.
He
has the exact same.
He literally has the same as we do.
He's a -4.
Okay.
For plus.
That doesn't mean Jack Hughes is awful.
I think he's looked okay at times. He's looked okay at times, but
he got
not
robbed.
in his defense.
Yeah.
He is getting such sheltered minutes. He has 74% offensive zone starts, and he's getting average 3.5 minutes of power play a night, and he's still not putting up points. That's tough.
He almost scored the other night.
That's tough.
Bob just
almost doesn't count.
That's almost.
There's no decimals on the
He's got like 7 almost points.
I think he's going to be
So
gross.
do I.
Still
I've got
think
7
so.
almost points.
To be fair, Kako hasn't been that much better.
To be fair,
Victor
Victor
Olofsson.
Victor Olofsson's been.
Maybe
Legit.
Zach's a genius. I don't know. That kid.
Maybe we need to send him to Minnesota. He might be able to help. with their problem.
I think Jack Hughes is the least of their worries, though.
Yeah.
Their goaltending,
their goaltending is their biggest issue.
Yeah, their defense isn't good.
It's horrible.
No.
Subban hasn't been
Subban's
Subban so far.
Well,
Subban's not a defensive defenseman though either.
And
exactly. Even when Subban was Subban, he couldn't play defense.
Neither Sami Vatanen, however you want to say it, I don't really care. He's not been great. Damon Severson, he's okay. He's probably a top 4 defenseman. Nothing special. I mean, Gusev came over. We were all pumping his tires, saying, "Oh, he scored so much in the KHL." But he's getting sheltered minutes. He's been on 4 different lines, and he only has 3 points in 6 games.
Again, it's KHL, right? Like you never know how those guys adapt.
Yeah, Simmons hasn't looked great.
No, Simmons has looked up.
I feel bad for him because he could have got paid, man. And now it's not looking great.
It's just that whole team just looks so. Taylor
Kyle
Hall
Palmieri hasn't been great.
Well,
Taylor
thing they're
Hall-
going from is Coleman is scoring with one hand. It's making it look that easy.
Taylor Hall is so far gone
So
from New
awesome.
Jersey at the end of this year.
Oh God! Do you think he lasts the year?
I know. I was just about to say that. I think even before the year.
My question is, who stays with their team longer, Taylor Hall or Cody Ceci?
Taylor Hall.
Cody Ceci.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you why, but I just think they like him.
You think they like Cody Ceci more than? So you think Cody Ceci stays longer?
I think they re-signed Cody Ceci.
Okay.
I don't love the idea. I will be holding.
I don't think you
petition,
waste.
but-
Yeah, I don't think you waste that money on Ceci when you.
I don't think he deserves that. I don't think he gets that money because he doesn't have to get qualifying offered this year, right?
Okay, that's fair.
If he only puts up 25 points.
You can't give him a pay cut, can you? Like you can't give him less than you gave him this year.
Yeah, if he has a bad year, you tell him, look, you've actually sucked for a long time. We don't have to qualify you.
We also don't have the
you can
money.
stay here and have a chance at a cup, or you can go get bombarded in Ottawa again. I don't know. Taylor Hall. Did you see Friedman say today that Edmonton is going to be the front runner if he makes it to free agency?
Wow.
Hall for Larson, who says no.
Hall says no.
Fuck that! I'm not going back.
That'd be so full circle. That'd be so funny. Because
Can
I
he
thought,
just Eric Ross the situation and be like, nope.
nope. I just
But
thought
to
when Edmonton
answer
was
your
making all
question-
those trades that they should have kept Taylor Hall always.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why Nuge was
Obviously.
the last of the 3, but and especially when you got them all for what was it, the 6 years, $6 million. I think all 3 of them signed at, and it was like, wow, 2 of those are bad, 1 of those are good, and then the first one to go was the great one.
The good one.
Yeah, for a horrible defense.
Even the Everly trade was bad.
Yeah,
Like,
let's make a bad move even worse.
Yep.
We
And
probably
then-
could have got nude for Zaitsev at that point.
And
Like,
then
they
it
were
just
shipping
kept,
everybody
yeah,
out.
it just kept going too. Because then eventually they ended up with Ryan Spooner. Somehow
Yeah,
in
it was
a
just-
trickle
It
down
was
way,
a trade tree of.
Taylor Hall is Ryan Spooner.
No, that was the Eberle one.
Right. But
Because that was Eberle to Strome to Spooner to Miners.
I think is even in minors. Could be Cade, Joe.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah, I think he's over there. I think he's
yeah, but he's probably got a few points in the K, so he's putting up points somewhere.
right. He's got more than Jack.
They saw
Hughes does.
something in him.
Right, more than Jack Hughes does.
I just think, back to your question that I sidetracked from,
Mm-hmm.
I think they keep Hall because they're going to say to him, look, we have Jack Hughes coming. We have Gusev. We have a couple young pieces.
some
You
kids.
think they resign him?
No, I
Yeah.
think they don't trade him, if that's
But
what you were asking earlier.
Okay, but like,
Even
if you're
you-
telling him all this, then your plan is to re-sign him, right? Like, if I
Oh,
go
yeah,
up to
yeah.
Taylor Hall and I'm like, "Hey, we have all these guys," like, you're planning on re-signing him. You're not like,
You think New Jersey would let him walk?
No, but I don't think they're gonna have a choice.
No, but I think they try to keep him. I don't think they trade him this year being like, oh, God, he might walk this summer.
No.
Let's get something for him. I think
No, I
they
think-
keep him, ride
So
it out.
They'll try
you're
to give him
convincing
money.
him that, hey, look at this team. Yes, we suck this year. We'll get you a goalie, so maybe we compete next year.
I think you got to try that angle.
We'll
Okay.
get you a goalie.
Obviously,
What goalie are we getting him?
I don't know. So-
Ilya Samsonov, so that he's not expansion draft.
Braden Holtby, maybe.
Go
Also,
get Brady.
looking at
Does Braden
New
Holtby
Jersey's
help this
cap
team?
friendly, Travis Zajac might be the most forgotten human on earth.
He still plays.
Yeah, I just
Yes.
realized he has 2 more years at 5.75.
I think he still holds down like their second or third line.
He's
Like,
been an assistant captain since 1974. I just checked.
He's the captain.
He has been since.
Oh, assistant
Since
captain.
Scott
right, okay,
Stevens
never mind. I thought
stayed.
you said he's been consistently the captain. I'm like, what?
Since
No,
'94.
they don't have one. Oh,
No,
yeah,
yes,
Andy
it was
Andy Green,
Andy Green,
but he's
yeah,
on
yeah.
IR.
Andy Green is the captain.
I thought he was gone. I thought he was retired. Nope.
Still there, man. Still living large.
I think it speaks wonders that Andy Green's the captain of that team.
He has been for so long too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know until right now that his name had an E at the end of it. I just thought it was Green.
No, Greeny.
No, yeah,
Greeny, the more you know.
Greeny. Yeah.
Also,
Dude.
Schneider has 2 more years after this at $6 million.
I don't think he. I think he is shipped out before Hall is shipped out.
Him
Who
straight up
takes
for
him?
Jonathan Quick. Who says no?
Honestly, I'd take Jonathan Quick in a heartbeat.
Me
Hmm.
too, but Jonathan Quick's been worse this year.
Yeah. Has
Right.
he?
But
To be
think
fair,
Quick-
he's not even the
He,
starting.
yeah,
goalie.
Yeah,
he
he
let in
is
9
very
goals
bad.
in 2 games.
yeah,
Oh,
Quick
that's
has
pretty
been
good.
awful.
That's pretty good.
But I just think that maybe Jonathan Quick has a better upside to turn things around than Corey
Yeah.
Schneider does.
Yeah.
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 So
But I mean, at their peak, they were pretty much the same.
The same goalie.
Yeah.
Jonathan Quick, I heard this the other day. Jonathan Quick made himself a legend in one playoff run and has done absolute nothing since.
Hey, Martin
Like
Jones.
he has a couple of games throughout the season where he shows up and you're like, holy shit. But,
I think
that's it.
he was just so big because
Cups,
he
yeah.
played such an aggressive jump out of the crease style. Everybody was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, look at this shiny new thing."
Mhm.
And now it's like, all we have to do
wait
is
a
pass it
second.
across crease.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
Pause, let him
Let
flail,
you go.
and yeah.
Do we want to stop ripping on people and go to a little more positive stuff? I mean, we're pretty good at ripping on things, but I want to talk about Sid.
Okay.
If the Penguins continue this, they haven't played good teams. So I mean, other than Colorado tonight, they've been playing some shit teams, but they beat Colorado tonight. If they continue this run and somehow make the playoffs, the heart is Sid's, right?
Are you saying they're making it because of
Like,
Sid though? Like, that's
Dude,
the reason why.
that
they
is
go.
the only reason why they're doing this right now.
Absolutely.
Am I wrong?
I just
it's
don't think
not
they
even-
do it. Though.
I don't care how many points everyone else has. If they make the playoffs, it's like, here you go. Here's the Sidney Crosby Award because don't worry about it. Like, that team is a dumpster fire around him, and they're winning games. They just beat the Colorado Avalanche, who were the only remaining undefeated team. The only team to beat them is Pittsburgh. Without Malkin, without Galch, without third-line center there. What was his name? I don't remember who it was.
anymore.
Like,
Bukestad.
Bukestad, thank you.
Heck,
just-
you-
Like, you're missing everyone, and Sid's just like, yeah, I got this team on my back. Here we go. You see the goal he scored tonight?
Disgusting.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was ridiculous.
Oh,
His
my God.
did you see his backhand no look pass that he kind of just tapped behind him
Yeah.
the other night?
Yeah. Didn't do it. They didn't do anything with it, but like
Yeah.
peak Pittsburgh Penguins is like Sid does something gross and they can't figure it out.
How you were talking about their depth, though, they honestly just go to create a player in the NHL and just pull out random names. Like Lafferty, who is that guy? He had back-to-back 2-goal games. Like
Eddie Bluger?
Yeah, like who are these guys? And I forget, there was one the other night, he just had the most American name of all time, and they just showed him a clip going, yeah, after he got the player of the game helmet.
Dude, it's wild. It's wild.
Hyped up.
This team should not even be winning games.
They play physical, though. I'll give them that.
Well, when you have Jack Johnson and Eric Gudbranson as a pairing, that's all you can do.
All right, I'm gonna run through these forwards because I just want to just say yes after guys you know. Crosby, Gensel, Hornquist, Tanev. We're good.
Okay.
McCann.
I know McCann because he's been there a while.
Ryan McCann.
Aston Reese.
Russ? He's the one that got killed by Tom Wilson the one year.
Yeah,
Tom
that's
Wilson
what he's known for. Good thing to be known. Cahoon.
Nope.
Sure.
Oh, I do,
Lafferty.
because
Sure.
Cahoon came from Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh, right.
Dominic Simone. He's been there for a bit.
He's been there a while, yeah.
Teddy Bluger, your boy.
Eddie Bluger, yeah.
Joseph Blandisi.
He's been there a little
Maybe.
bit.
Yeah.
Adam
Good
Johnson.
Italian.
That's
Who?
the American guy.
Adam Johnson.
That's an
such a
NHL
name.
creative player, right?
John Marino.
Dan
That's actually
Marino's son?
Dan Marino's son. No, it's
Same joke gets made.
Yuso Ricola.
Oh, yeah, good old.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, I was gonna say they got team sponsors kids in there now.
Zach Trotman.
Oh,
And Justin Almeida.
all the
And
media.
It's actually
Casey
Almeida. It's
Oh.
Almeida. Right? You look that.
All media.
I have no
All media in the team.
I've got no idea.
And that recaps who the hell are these guys?
They're still winning.
Still
Game
winning.
of Guess Who? You know that one?
Yeah. Pictionary.
Wow. So they have a plus
Max,
10 in
man.
goal
And they're
differential.
winning.
Yeah,
They're
it's a
winning.
plus 10 in goal differential. Like they've scored 28 goals and they've only let an 18.
I took the over on them in Colorado tonight because they've each been scoring, and so I put that trend to a stop for you.
Hey, perfect.
They had it was Colorado's backup too, was it not?
I think Grubauer started.
Oh, did he? Grubauer didn't start yesterday?
Did they play yesterday?
Yeah.
Because who did they beat yesterday?
No, I think you made that up.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong.
Yeah, you
Who
definitely.
played? I thought they were on a back-to-back. Am I wrong? My bad.
Nope.
My bad. Yeah, it's a team, man. I mean, I didn't believe in them that much.
That is a team.
I didn't believe in
That's
them
a
that much when they were beating who did they win in that run? It was like Minnesota, I think. The Jets, who are a tire fire right now. The Ducks, they're teams you should be beating, and then you go up against Colorado, and I'm like, okay, they'll probably lose this one, and they don't. So yeah, that's Sid's award.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can't even argue that, unless James Neal decides to keep doing what he's doing.
Oh wow! Oh.
Goodness, what a gem. Love it.
That team sucks. I'm sorry, that team still sucks.
Do they, though?
Yes. Have you seen their schedule? Look who they beat.
Right.
Tell me who they beat that you're like, oh, wow, maybe they are good.
Chicago, no.
No.
Chicago's last.
They actually beat Chicago won against them.
Chicago beat them.
Yeah, that's why I
they
said
beat a bunch of teams that are in the exact same situation as Edmonton. We're like, yeah, they're going to compete for that lottery pick at this point.
Okay,
Except the
but,
Rangers. The Rangers was a big-ish win.
They still have you watched some of those games though?
I watched the Chicago game that they lost.
Collectively, they're playing better.
Yeah, and McDavid, if he's dealing with something, holy shit, he's still fast and he's still ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't
know if he has any lingering injury going on, but he does not show it at all. They're up 2-1 on the Flyers right now too.
Also, Draisaitl never gets the credit he deserves.
No.
That is Malkin to McDavid's Crosby.
But because
102nd best player in NHL history.
But I just feel like everyone associates Draisaitl with McDavid. Like anytime you look at a Draisaitl goal, McDavid's there.
Yeah.
So that's where the issue is that
for sure. But when you actually watch the game,
oh yeah,
that guy's fast for a big body. He's fast.
Yeah.
He's got a good shot.
Yep.
I watched like when he goes to play internationally for Germany, like he looks legit out there, right? Because he's on his own now, so you can actually see him separated from
Driving the line.
McDavid. Yeah, but when you're with McDavid, like he just he's
Yep.
so fast that he makes you look slow. Yeah,
It's great. These two are gross, but we knew this coming in. They're not going to carry a team all year long.
No.
And
I still don't have them making the playoffs.
No.
I've been impressed, but I don't think they make the playoffs.
Once they get in the middle of November, and if they keep winning, then I'll be like, all right, maybe they're good. But I don't give a shit about this team.
I mean, I think they're. Yeah,
and
I think they have the
like you said,
potential
their competition, and like how many times do they play Calgary?
Yeah, none.
Probably going to lose those games when they play. Vancouver's
played
look pretty good. They're probably going to lose to them. Like, I don't know.
San Jose does not look that good though.
San Jose,
but San Jose is better than what
there is some glaring holes fast. Like
Martin Jones 5.
Yeah, they're all. I was going to say they're all in their goalie. He's got a lot of big holes.
He does.
Seemingly,
he has tons of holes.
Yeah. Do you want to go off on the Holtby Samsonov situation, or?
Kind of did that.
Yeah.
I think we're getting there. I did want to throw in. I don't know if you guys saw Chris Stewart got signed by Philly the other day.
Chris Stewart, who was an analyst last week. Same Chris Stewart.
Gonna go with no.
Or that Anthony Stewart.
That was Anthony.
One of the I was gonna say one of the Stewart brothers was working for Sportsnet.
Okay.
So Chris Stewart, he played 10 years between mostly Minnesota. That was what he was known for. Buffalo. I think he had a year in Anaheim, St. Louis too. Yeah.
Gritty
start. And he last year didn't get a contract offer, didn't get a PTO, anything. Was supposed to go play. I think it was Russia for his like Slavatoy Barkalov or something. Just didn't report. Like had a contract, just didn't show up.
Nice.
Came here, played senior hockey in Ontario. Like senior hockey's good, and he played in the ACH. Like that's the best senior hockey division probably.
Okay.
Like a lot of guys played pro. They all at least played good junior. Like it's good hockey. None of us could ever sniff it. Maybe Mac. We can say that because he's not here. Won't go to his head. And he played that for 2 games, and then he said, wait, this is senior hockey. What am I doing? I was getting paid millions last year.
Yeah.
Went to England, or Europe at least, played in the league that Biz put up 2 points a game in the year of the lockout.
Yeah.
He finished with half a point a game last year in that league. That's not good.
No, that's really bad.
That's not good. And now to come back and make it off a PTO this year, he's going to make $750,000 playing for the Flyers. Even if he gets sent down, he's going to make what, $275, $250 at least. Like
better than playing senior hockey.
That's a feel good story, you know, like a guy who was able to come back out of that. Like there was rumors of some substance issues in there, and
because everything I've heard about the Stewarts is that they're really good guys, like the two of them.
Yeah, everybody loved them. Like
their leadership and their size is apparently what they're.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks is he never wore a visor, and now he left the league and came back in, so he's gonna have to wear a visor.
That's right.
And
he doesn't get grandfathered. He doesn't get grandfathered for that.
I don't think so because he left.
That sucks, man.
That's it. You leave, you can't come back.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Not without a
visor. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. Good for him.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well end on a feel-good story then. I think that's enough for the league.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that, Nick. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
45 minutes of ripping people.
Yeah, we were negative for 45 minutes, but we finished positive because that's how it is. And your day right. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you don't already. Like this video if you haven't. Go check out the A Sports at theasports.com. Follow us on everything at the A Sports, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.